Good evening, everyone. Time once again for Strat-O-Matic baseball. Yeah, let's play 2 today. Oh, feeling good on a Friday. No game tomorrow, visiting the family, so hey, let's get 2 in today. We're still on May 6th. It's going to be the Washington Senators at the Kansas City Athletics. Lefty Pete Rickert takes the mound for Washington. Right-hander Chuck Dobson for Kansas City. Just double checking to make sure he is a right-hander. Washington comes in with an 8-8 mark. Kansas City's 8-9. Let's check the replay stats. Rickert with a good card. He's 1-3 on the season, pitched in a bit of tough luck. 5 starts, a 4.73 ERA, 32 1/3 innings, 30 hits allowed, 27 strikeouts. The big bugaboo for Rickert has been the walk. He's walked 16 in 32 innings and given up 4 home runs. So that explains the slightly exaggerated earned run average. Dobson, on the other hand, where is Dobson? He has been shelled. He's made 3 starts. He's 0-2 with an 8.36 ERA, 14 innings of work, 19 hits, 8 strikeouts. So there's your starting pitchers for this evening's game. Yeah, we'll get to the lineups and the defensive placement here in just a second. I made some tea. Not sure what to expect. Most of my regulars seem to be back east. Could be dinner time for them or relaxing with their families. In any case, we're going to have a game, and if you miss it, well, you can catch the replay. Here's the lineup now for the Washington Senators. Fred Valentine will lead off, the switch-hitting outfielder. Don Blasingame bats second. Excuse me. Ken McMullen in the 3 spot. Frank Howard, as usual, batting cleanup. Jim King in right field today hits 5th. Dick Nen, the first baseman, bats 6th. Steady Eddie Brinkman hitting 7th. And Jim French will do the catching and hit 8th. This card, of course, just a placeholder. French, a computer-only card, which I printed up from my Windows game. Rickert, the pitcher, bats 9th. Setting the Athletics defensively for you, Ken Suarez is going to be catching Dobson. The infield, Ken Harrelson at first. Dick Green at second. Campy Campaneris at short. Ed Charles at third, with an outfield left to right of Hirschberger, Tartabull, and Ozzie Chavarria. So we're just about ready to roll here. Umpire says play ball. Throws out a new ball to Chuck Dobson, and Fred Valentine stands in. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Valentine, wow, I lost my voice. Excuse me a minute. Excuse me. There we go, a little better. Fred Valentine, the switch hitter, comes into the game batting .286, 4 home runs, which leads the club, and 9 RBIs. Dobson now with the windup. Here's the first pitch of the game to Valentine. 4-6 to the lefty, swung on and missed, strike 3, and just like that, we're underway. Strikeout by Chuck Dobson. And here comes Don Blasingame. Don, the left-handed hitting second baseman, hasn't played a whole lot, just 8 ball games. He's 5 for 28 or 179. No home runs, and he does not have an RBI. Dobson, the windup. Pitch to the lefty, 6-9. A grounder down to second base. That'll be Green. Over to Harrelson, 2 down. And here's Ken McMullen now, right-handed hitting third baseman, batting .242, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. Dobson getting the sign now. Here's the windup, and the pitch to McMullen is a 4-8 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 Ks for Dobson in the first, a 1-2-3 inning. Down go the Senators. After a half an inning, it is Senators nothing, Athletics coming to bat. Dobson looking good in the first inning. Rickert now, as previously mentioned, a really good card, but the results just haven't translated yet in the replay. Got some decaf tea with honey. Hopefully that'll... Kind of, my voice was good on the day game. Earlier today I had a game, 1:30 Pacific time. The Astros beat the Braves 4-1. Here's Kansas City's starting lineup. Bert Campaneris in the leadoff spot. Jose Tartabull batting second. Dick Green will hit third. Ed Charles, the third baseman, in the cleanup spot. Ken Hawk Harrelson batting fifth. Mike Hirschberger in the sixth spot. Ozzie Chavarria bats seventh and plays right field. Ken Suarez will do the catching and hit eighth, with Dobson, the pitcher, batting ninth. Washington defensively will have French catching Pete Rickert, the infield Dick Nannett first, double play combo of Blassingame and Steady Eddie Brinkman and Ken McMullen down at third base, with the outfield from left to right Frank Howard, Fred Valentine, and Jim King. And Rickert set to go. In steps Campaneris. Campy hitting just .220. No home runs, 6 RBIs. Rickert, the left-hander, into the windup now. The pitch to Campy is a 1-2 left-handed grounder to shortstop. Brinkman fields it smoothly and throws him out. So Campy grounds out to his counterpart. And here's Tartabull now, left-handed batter. Tartabull comes in leading the club in hitting. In fact, he's among the league leaders in batting average. He's batting .412. Can you believe that? He also leads the club in RBIs with 12. No homers. He does have 6 doubles and 2 triples, however. Playing against the left-hander, it's left on left as Rickert goes into the windup. Here's the pitch to Tartabull. 3-5, grounder to second base. Blassingame has it, throws him out, and there's 2 down. Remember, I used the lineups from Baseball Reference, the real game lineups. If you're wondering why Tartabull would be in the lineup against lefty Rickert, that's why. Here's Dick Green now. Green hitting .277 on the season, 1 home run, 11 RBIs, which is second on the ball club to Tartabull. Rickert gets the sign from French. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch to Green. It's going to be a 5-9 right-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That's Steady Eddie Brinkman, a 2E29. Brinkman into the hole. Here's the roll on the play. It's a 7. He makes the play and throws him out. Nice play, Brinkman, to retire the side. So 6-3X. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Rickert. And we're through 1 inning here in Kansas City, and we are scoreless. Finally a Friday. Hey guys, you betcha. Anyone have any plans for the weekend? Maybe you'd like to share some of your own replay experience in the chat. I invite you to do so. As always, I invite you to make managerial suggestions whenever you feel like it. I may not always use them, but I'm open to them. Dobson, God, I can't get my voice back. Excuse me. Let me get another drink of water. Excuse me. Okay, a little better. And Ben's back. Ben's back for the nightcap. Dobson getting ready to work now. Frank Howard will lead things off. Big Frank comes into the game hitting .333, but only 1 home run, interestingly. So Dobson into the windup now. The pitch to Big Frank Howard, a 4-9 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. That's going to split the gap. Valentine picks it up. Howard rounds, and he is in with a double, just barely. Lumbered around first a bit. Valentine didn't pick it up quite right away, enabling Howard to move to second with the double. So a leadoff double for Frank Howard, and here's Jim King, the right fielder. King hasn't played a whole lot. He's just 4 for 18 on the season, but 3 of those 4 hits are home runs. So he's earned his way into the lineup. Dobson staring in now. Here's the windup on the pitch to King. It's a 3-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes King. And with 1 out, Dick Nen will come to bat. Nen hasn't played much either. He's just been in 9 ball games, and he is, get this, 0 for 19. He has 1 RBI. He's drawn 5 walks, but has no hits. So Nen hitless in the young season through his first 19 at-bats, looking to get it going here against Dobson. Dobson staring in. Here's the windup and the pitch to Nen. Is a 5-7 left-handed, and he walks in. Ball 4. So Nen jogs down to first with his 6th walk of the year. Still looking for his first hit, however. And here's Eddie Brinkman. Steady Eddie batting .230. He has 1 home run, 6 runs batted in. Dobson in a little bit of a jam here in the 2nd inning. Now gets the sign from French. From the stretch, the pitch to Brinkman. 5-12 right-handed, grounder to first base X. That's going to be Harrelson. A 4E18. Okay, here's the play. On a 12, it's the E rating, so that'll be a roll of a 10 on an E18, and it's a double play. How about that? Ground ball A. Harrelson down to Campaneris, back to Harrelson. Oh my goodness, that was a thing of beauty, as a 3-6-3 often is. And that'll end the inning. So no runs, a hit, they leave a man. Excuse me again. And we're still scoreless. Headed to the bottom of the 2nd. Rickard getting loose now. Indeed, yeah, the sign of an agile first sacker. Bottom of the 2nd, Ed Charles will lead things off for Kansas City. Charles comes into the game hitting... God, where is Charles? Are my eyes playing tricks on me? Oh my God, he's way up there. He's 2nd in the team in hitting at .333. No home runs, but 8 RBIs. The right-handed 3rd baseman standing in as Rickert winds and deals. A 5-7 right-handed, grounder to second base X. That's going to be Blasingame. A 4E14. Here's the roll on the play. 13. He's got it and throws him out. Oh my, nice play, Blasingame. 4-3X. Charles retired. And with 1 out, the batter will be Hawk Harrelson. Hawk, who started that fine 3-6-3 in the top of the inning. Hawk comes into the game hitting .279. No home runs, only 1 run batted in from Hawk so far. Cards better than that. Looking to get it going. Rickert at the sign from French. The windup and the pitch. It's a 3-10 left-handed. Base hit into left field. A ringing single by Harrelson. And he's aboard with 1 down. Harrelson, an asterisk 18 stealer, believe it or not. Let's check the battery. Rickert a -1, but French a +2 arm. So that would be a 19. Held on, he's a 17. He'll try for the lead. 4 or 5 to get a 17. 2, he does not get it. And here's the next pitch to Mike Hirschberger. 6-9 right-handed. It's a double to 13 on a 7. That's going to be down into left field, into the corner for a double. Extra bases. Hirschberger in there. Harrelson can advance. He's a 13, trying to score on Howard. A +2, 1 to 15. Here he comes. Howard's throw to the plate. He scores. RBI double by Hirschberger. Harrelson comes in. And Hirschberger will take 3rd on the throw to the plate. 1-0 Athletics. And here's Ozzie Chavarria now, or Chavarria. Chavarria comes in 250, 8 for 32, no homers, 3 RBIs. Man on third, 1 down. How are they going to play it? Early in the game, they'll stay back. Rickert gets ready to deal to the right-hander, and here's the pitch. It's a 3-4 comebacker to Rickert. He looks the runner back and throws him out. And it'll be up to Ken Suarez. Suarez, the right-handed hitting catcher, hitting just 161 on the season, does not have an RBI. Runner on third, 2 down. The windup and the pitch to Suarez is a 6-11 righty. Flying to left and shallow. Howard coming in and makes the catch for the out. Fortunately for Howard, he was playing Suarez shallow to begin with. So a few steps in and he was right there to make the catch. They get a run, however, on 2 hits. Strand one, and it is 1-0 Athletics after 2 innings of play. I keep picturing the ballpark in Oakland. It's hard not to. You know what I mean? Dobson loosening for the third. It'll be Jim French to lead things off. Here's French's card. Computer-only card. He's only been in 2 ball games. He's 0 for 6 with a walk. Left-handed hitting catcher. Dobson the sign from Suarez. Here's the pitch to French. It's a 4-11 left-handed. Base hit into right field. Jim French has his first hit of the season. How about that? A leadoff single by French. French very slow. And here's the pitcher, Rickert. A left-handed hitter, but with end power. He's also a B bunter. So in this situation, Kansas City's going to pull the corners in, making him a C, and he's going to lay it down anyway. And here's the play, a C bunter. 4C, and it's a successful sacrifice bunt by Pete Rickert. Moves the runner into scoring position. With 1 away, the batter will be Fred Valentine. The switch hitter struck out in the first, batting left-handed now. Dobson into the windup. The pitch to Valentine. That's going to be a 4-10 left-handed. It's swung on and missed, strike 3, and down goes Valentine on K for the second time. 2 at-bats, 2 Ks against Chuck Dobson, and now with 2 away, it'll be up to Don Blassingame. Tying run in scoring position. Dobson, the full windup now. The pitch to Don is a 2-7 right-handed. Fly into center field. Tartable coming on now and makes the catch to retire the side. So no runs to hit, 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the third, still 1-0 Kansas City. Pete Rickert loosening up for the fourth. Hot tea with lemon and honey. Oh, you should see this here. This is one of my favorite cups, coffee mugs. My friend Eric gave me this. It is the, I don't know if you can see it very well. Without spilling it, that's about the best I can do. It's the Beatles' Magical Mystery Tour mug. So Dobson will lead off the bottom of the third for Kansas City. He is a right-handed batter, 1W. Exactly, man. We've been there and done that. Rickert's pitch, a 1-11, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Dobson strikes out, not all that surprising. That's what a one pitcher's hitting card does best, after all, strike out. So there's one out, and here's Campy. Campy 0 for 1. Rickard into the windup now. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-10 right-handed. Fly ball into center field. That's going to be playable for Valentine. He's there, and there's quickly 2 away in the bottom of the third. And that'll bring up Tardival. Tardival grounded to second his first time up. Rickard staring in for the sign. Here's the windup. The pitch to Jose. 6-5 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that'll do it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Pete Rickard. And we're through 3. It is Athletics 1, Senators nothing. Washington came in at 8-8, Kansas City at 8-9. So on the surface, 2 evenly matched teams. Looking at some of the team stats, the Senators as a team batting just .225, Kansas City hitting .251 as a team. Earned run average is pretty close, both pitching pretty well, in fact. Washington with a 3.50 team earned run average. Kansas City 3.80. And Dobson will go to work here in the fourth against the heart of the Washington order, McMullen, Howard, and King. Exactly, Ben. Dobson, they're not paying him to hit. Here's McMullen. McMullen struck out his first time against Dobson. And Dobson winds and deals to McMullen 1-4. Tapper to shortstop. Brinkman's got it. Throws him out. Sorry. Campaneris has got it. Throws him out. Excuse me. What am I thinking there? And there's one down. Here's Frank Howard now. Big Frank doubled in the second. He stranded him. Dobson stares in now. The windup and the pitch to Howard. A 2-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And for Dobson, my goodness, that's already his 5th strikeout of the game. I got to look at the card now. Is he a strikeout pitcher? I don't remember him being so. 61 in 84 innings. That's not bad. And the batter will be Jim King with 2 away. He also struck out his first time up. Dobson staring in now. Here's the windup and the pitch to King. On a 1-9, it's a tapper to second. Green has it over to Harrelson, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Dobson. So we're starting off with another pitcher's duel. We had a pitcher's duel earlier. The Astros kept chipping away and ended up winning at 4-1. And we move to the bottom of the fourth. Rickard getting loose, and he'll be facing the heart of the Kansas City order, Green, Charles, and the Hawk. Dick Green, 0 for 1. Rickard, the sign from French. Here's the windup and the pitch to Green. That's a 6-3 righty, grounded to the pitcher X. Rickard, a 2E28. Off the mound, and here's the roll on the play on a 2. He can't get it. That's going to be ruled a single. And Dick Green is aboard to lead off the fourth. So we'll lead off single for Green. Little infield squirter. Just far enough between first and short that Rickard was unable to make a play on it. And here's Ed Charles now. Charles 0 for 1. Green not held, takes a modest lead. As Rickard stares in and from the stretch, deals to Charles 4-6. Ball 4, he walks him. So the first 2 batters reach here for Kansas City in the bottom of the fourth. First and second, nobody out, and here's Hawk Harrelson. Mike Hirschberger in the on-deck circle. Rickert stares in now to get his sign from the stretch. The pitch to Hawk is a 2-7 grounder to short. That's going to be two. It's Brinkman to Blasingame to Nan. Double play. That's exactly what Rickert needed. Green will take third on the play. 2 away now, and it's up to Hirschberger. 1-0 Kansas City. Just getting started here. Spend part of your Friday evening with me. Or share some of your own replay stories in the chat. Hell, you know I encourage it. Hirschberger doubled in the game's only run in the second. Rickert staring in now. Here's the windup. Full windup. And the pitch to Hirschberger. It's going to be a 4-7 righty. Fly ball into right field and playable for King. Drifts over a bit and makes the catch to retire the side. So no runs to hit, 1 left. And we're through 4 in Kansas City. Kansas City leading 1-0. So both pitchers on their game, at least in the early going. Dobson getting loose for the 6th. It'll be Nen, Brinkman, and French for the Senators. Dick Nen walked his first time up. Remember, Nen's still looking for his first hit of the season, 0 for 19. Dobson winds and deals, and here's the pitch to Nick. On a 1-4, he walks, ball 4. So despite not having a hit yet, he does have 7 walks. No threat to run, and Eddie Brinkman will be the hitter. Brinkman bounced into that 3-6-3 in the second inning. Dobson ready to work now from the stretch. Here is the pitch away. 4-10 right-handed. It's a grounder to short. That's going to be 2. It's Campy. Shovels to Green to Harrelson. Double play. That erases the runner. 2 out, nobody on. And here's French. Get the French card in position here. French singled for his first hit of the season, his first time up. Left-handed hitter. Dobson staring in. Here's the windup. And here's the pitch of 5-7. He walks him. Second walk of the inning issued by Dobson. First, of course, erased on the ground ball double play. And that'll bring up Rickert, the pitcher. Left-handed hitter with end power. Dobson delivers. 2-6, swung on and missed, strike 3, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, they leave a man. Dobson sailing along through 5, leading 1-0. I have to admit, I feel bad for Rickert. The results for his card just haven't been there. It's a great card. There's hardly any hits on there, especially on the left side. He does have a little extra base hit problem there in the ones column against right-handers. And he'll face the bottom of the Kansas City order here in the bottom of the inning. Ossie Chavarria to lead things off. He's 0 for 1 today. Rickert, the left-hander, gets the sign, the wind-up, the pitch to Chavarria. It's a 5-11 to the righty. Fly to left field X. That's Howard. Howard, not the most mobile, with a 5-5. And here's the play. On a 17, he can't get to it. That's a single. So a very playable ball. Howard's lack of mobility shows up there big time, and Chavarria has a leadoff single. Ossie, an asterisk 15 stealer. Remember, the combination is +1, making him a 16, so he'll have to be held on. That would make him a 14. He does have that 12 automatic caught, but at the bottom of the order coming up, they're going to risk it. He's going to try for the lead, 2 through 5. He's out on a 12. He's got the 2. Here he goes, 1 to 15. The throw from French. He's stolen it. So stolen base Chavarria. For Ossie, that's his first steal in the season. And here's the next pitch to Suarez. 1-9 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. 1 away, and here's the pitcher, Dobson. Rickert staring in now, the windup, the pitch to Dobson. That's going to be a 2-4, struck him out. So runner in scoring position and nobody out. Rickert fans too, and here's Campaneris. Yeah, exactly, Ben. Boy, it would be, if you're playing competitively, I don't think I could play a 5 in the outfield under any circumstances. I mean, you might get away with it at first base, and even that's not advisable. But remember, there was no DH in these days. They had to play him somewhere. His bat hopefully makes up for it. Here's Campy now, runner at second, 2 outs. Rickert into the windup, pitch to Campy, a 6-4 right-handed. It's a grounder to third base X. That'll be McMullen. McMullen steady down there with a 3-E-24. And here's the roll on the play. On a 2, he's not going to get that. That's a single, 2 stars, and a run will score. Oh my, it's an RBI single for Campaneris just past the bag. Javaria will cross the plate. And it's 2-0 Kansas City. Campy has serious wheels. Star 19. 20. Held, he's an 18. And that's just too tempting to pass up. He's an 18 if he gets it. 2 through 6 or 12. 7, he does not get the lead. What is he on the back number? 15 plus 1 minus 4, he'd be a 12. And here's the next pitch to Tartable. Left on left. 4-11, ground ball to second, blasting game to Brinkman for the force, and that'll do it. But Kansas City adds on a run on 2 hits. They leave a man. After 5 complete here in Kansas City, it's 2-0 Athletics. Dobson pitching a gem. Rated only 5 for endurance. He's already pitched 1 inning of endurance, and now he's into his second inning of potential fatigue. So 2 hits and or walks will fatigue him. With that in mind, Kansas City is going to get somebody in the pen. And Wes Stock begins throwing down there. Stock just called up. It is like the first game, Ben. Yeah. The Athletics doing their best Astro impression here. Dobson hasn't really been touched so far. He's only allowed 2 hits. And here's Fred Valentine, the leadoff man. Struck out twice. Dobson, the sign from Suarez now. Here's the pitch to Valentine on a 5-8 left-handed. That's ripped down the right field line and into the corner. Chasing it down is Chavaria, rounding is Valentine. He's rounding second, headed into third, sliding in with a leadoff triple. .58 lefty, triple to 9. The roll is a 1. For Valentine, that's his first triple of the season. With a 2-0 lead and Don Blassen came up, how are they going to play it? He's a B bunter, not a good hitter. The Athletics will pull the infield in, at least for Blassen game. And Stock is getting ready in a hurry now. 1 more hitter walk will fatigue Chuck Dobson. Staring in now, shakes one off, now nodding. The pitch to Blassen game. 111 right-hander. He pops him up on the right side. Harrelson under it, and he makes the catch. Runners hold. And here's McMullen now. McMullen and Howard on deck. They'll push the infield back now. More interested in preventing the tying run rather than the runner on third. And here's the pitch to McMullen. 4-10 right-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop. Campaneris into the hole, throws over to Harrelson, and the run will score. So Valentine will cross the plate. That'll be an RBI for McMullen, and it's a 2-1 ball game. There's 2 outs, however, now, and Big Frank Howard will come to bat with the bases empty. Howard 1 for 2, doubled and struck out. Dobson into the windup. Here's the pitch to Howard. It's a 1-9 right-handed. Tapper down to third base. Charles has it. Takes his time, sets, and throws Howard out. And that will do it for the Washington Senators in the 6th inning. They do get a run, however, on a hit. No one left on, and we got a 2-1 ball game. Dobson manages to stay in the game and at least partially reset his fatigue. And here's Rickert now. Rickert's a 7 for endurance, if you're wondering. He'll be facing the heart of the Kansas City lineup, Green, Charles, and Harrelson. Green 1 for 2 today. Rickert gets his sign from French. Here's the windup now, and the pitch to Green. It's a 4-3. Right-handed, fly to left field and shallow. Howard coming in on it now, and he's there to make the catch. So another shallow fly ball. Green a W versus lefties, so Howard playing him shallow. And that worked out for the first out of the inning. And here's Charles now, 0 for 1 with a walk. Ed Charles, right-handed hitting third baseman. Rickert the sign from French. Here's the pitch to Charles now. 3-6 lefty. It's a fly ball into center field. Valentine ranging to his right and makes the catch 2 away. And that'll bring up the Hawk. Hawks 1 for 2. Came around to score in the 2nd. Bounced into a double play in the 4th. Rickert into his windup now. Pitch to the Hawk, 6-4 right-handed. Third base X once again. That's McMullen being tested once more. 3E24. Here's the play on a 19. He's got it. Straightens up, throws him out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Rickert. 5-3X will score it. 3 up, 3 down, and through 6 innings complete, it's Athletics 2, Senators 1. Anybody's game here as we move to the later innings. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me on a Friday evening. Hope everyone's weekend is off to a spectacular start. Dobson will come out for the 7th, his 3rd endurance inning. Weststock is ready behind him. Here's King now to lead it off. Jim King 0 for 2. Dobson gets his sign from Suarez now. Here's the pitch to King. 4-6 lefty. Struck him out. That's now how many? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts for Chuck Dobson. How about that? And here's Dick Nen. Nen's walked twice, both times up today. Nen still looking for his first hit of the young season. Dobson the windup, the pitch to Nen. 3-10 right-handed. It's a fly ball into left field. Easy play for Hirschberger. And there's 2 away. Two outs, nobody on, and it's Eddie Brinkman. Brinkman's 0 for 2. He's grounded in double plays both times up today. Well, he won't be able to do that in this at-bat. That we can say for certainty. And here's the pitch from Dobson. That's going to be a 4-5 right-handed. A grounder to short X. That's Campy. 3E23 as Campaneris ranges into the hole. The play is a 2, and he can't get to it. That's through for a single. So Eddie Brinkman, a 2-out single. He's a star 15 stealer. Dobson a 0. Suarez, however, a +3. That would make him an 18. He'll have to be held on That would make him a 16. Of course, he has the 8 and 10 automatic caught, which will dissuade him from even attempting it. But still, a star stealer, you pretty much have to hold him on. 2 down in the 7th, and here's Jim French, the catcher. Dobson checks his runner now, taking his lead from the stretch. 6-4, lefty, fly to center field X. That's going to be Tartable, a 2-E2. Excellent outfielder, Tartable. And he's going back now. Back, still going back on a 20. He does catch up with it and make the catch for the out. So a nice play by Tartable to end the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 7th, still a 2-1 game. Rickard, in what will certainly be his last inning of work, he'll be leading off in the 8th, and they're trailing. Rickard's pitched a good game as well. He's only allowed 5 hits and just 2 runs. Mike Hirschberger will be leading it off. Hirschberger 1 for 2 with the double. Rickard, the sign from French now, the windup. The pitch to Hirschberger, 3-7 left-handed. Grounder to short, right at his good call, and Brinkman's on it, throws him out 1 down. And here's Chavaria now. Chavaria 1 for 2. Rickard goes into his windup. The pitch to Ozzie, a 5-12. Grounder to first base X. That's going to be Nen, a 2E15. Nen ranges to his right, and here's the play on a 9 error range. It's an 8. The roll is an 8, I should say, on a 15. He's got it. Flips to Rickard covering. Nice play, Nen, and there's 2 down. 1-3X. Excuse me, 3-1X. That's to first, not to the pitcher. 3-1X, 2 down. And here's Ken Suarez, the catcher. Rickard staring in now. Here's the windup. And here's the pitch on a 2-7. Ball 4, he walks him. So a 2-out walk to Suarez. And here's Dobson now, who's worked 7. They've got Stock ready to go, and he is joined by Jack Aker, the closer. I think it's time to pinch hit for Dobson. So Dobson's day is done. They got 7 fine innings out of Dobson. His best start of the year by far so far. And they're going to let him leave on a positive note. He worked 7, allowed only 4 hits and a run. He walked 3. And again, the strikeouts, I'm telling you, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ks for Dobson. Pitcher switch left. That will decide it right there. It's going to be Aker, the closer. So Jack Aker getting loose. And we'll have a batter now for Dobson. In real life, they use Stahl. Left-handed hitter, though. That won't work against Rickard. The question is, do they even have a right-handed hitter? Their entire bench is left-handed except for Phil Roof. So, got to find a lefty who can at least hang in there against the lefty. Boy, there is nothing on this Kansas City bench. I want to tell you, it's horrible. They're going to go with Wayne Causey. That's about the best bet here. Almost feel like I should have let Dobson bat now. 2 down, 1 on. Here's Kazi. Kazi comes into the game hitting just 184. No homers, but 6 ribbies. Left on left now from the stretch. That's going to be a 1-7. It's a base hit right up the middle, an open single. Suarez could go to third, but with his terrible speed, he will hold up at second. 1-10, runner Valentine a -1 arm in center. And it's first and second, 2 down. And now in the 7th, one more hitter walk will fatigue Rickard. So there's action in the Washington pen. Casey Cox throwing down there. And you know, I think that's realistic. Catchers and pitchers normally don't take the extra base. Oh, there's a handful that do, but they're few and far between. So here's Campy now, first and second, 2 out. Rickard trying to finish this inning as he's due to lead off the 8th. Staring in now from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Campy. It's a 1-8 left-handed, and that is going to be a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Howard to the track, to the wall. It's gone! Bert Campaneris with a 3-run home run, and the crowd goes crazy. Holy cow, I didn't see that coming. For Campaneris, of course, his first home run of the year. He's a week. The only place he can homer is on the 1-8. Cannot homer off the pitcher's card. Let's look at it again. 1-8 lefty, 1-5. The roll is a 3. Suarez and Kazi score ahead of him. And Kansas City opens the game up 5-1. And that fatigues Rickard. And normally I don't do this, but I'm going to let him pitch to Tartable fatigued. Otherwise, we're going to have to do a double switch. So here's Tartable now, left on left. The pitch from Rickard. 2-3. It's a base hit into left field, and here comes Hodges, and that's enough. So with the righty Dick Green coming to bat, we'll see a double switch here. French made the last out. They've got 2 catchers on the bench. They've got Camille, Casanova, the better defensive catcher. So they're going to do the double switch with Casanova. He'll come in to catch. The pitcher going in French's spot. Casanova, a 2-E8 -1, so a much better defensive catcher than French, and the pitcher will go in this spot. So Rickard's day is done. 6 2/3. Another rough outing for Pete Rickard. And here comes Casey Cox. Cox, pretty good card in 113 innings of relief. What's he done in the replay? He's been in 3 games. He's 1-1 with a 3.18 ERA across 5 2/3 inning of work. So Cox, a nice card. And he'll be facing Dick Green with a runner on first and 2 away. Green 1 for 3 today. 5-1 Athletics now. The pitch to Green, a 6-6 right-handed fly to center field, playable for Valentine. He's there, and the side is retired. 3 runs for Kansas City, a 3-run homer from an unlikely source. Shortstop Campy Campaneris. And we go to the 8th, 5-1 Athletics. And they should probably get... Now he's due to bat 4th if they needed him in the 8th. Okay, we'll leave that alone. Jack Aker will come on and pitch for Kansas City. Actually, he will not. Now that the lead is bigger, they don't need the closer. I've been wanting to give Wes Stock his seasonal debut. He has not pitched yet. And it's a nice card, albeit only 41 innings at work. So Stock coming in, making his 1966 debut. Wes Stock. I remember that name, and I don't know why. And there's Keith Long. Welcome, Keith. Good to see you again. Five to 1 Athletics as we move to the 8th. Senators have a hill to climb. Paul Casanova will lead things off. He came in that double switch in the bottom of the 7th. Stock stares in now. Gets his sign. The windup pitch to Paul Casanova. 1-5. Struck him out. One out, and here's Fred Valentine. 1 for 3. Struck out twice and then tripled and scored in the 6th. Stock staring in now. The windup, the pitch to Valentine on a 4-9. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. Backing up is Chavaria. It's gone. Home run Valentine. And it's 5-2. For Valentine, his 5th home run of the year. That leads the team. Hard to believe on a team with Frank Howard and Ken McMullen, but it's true. Keith, I don't follow football. I'm sorry. I can't help you there. So apparently the Huskies have a good player who's in the draft. When is the draft, Keith? Throwing that out there. One down, here's Blasingame. He's 0 for 3. Stock stares in now. The windup. The pitch to Blasingame. 3-11 right-handed. It's a base hit into right field, and Blasingame's aboard. And Aker is going to start throwing again. They may need the closer after all. 5-2, 1 out, runner on first, McMullen at the plate, and Frank Howard on deck. And I would have to think that if Stock doesn't get McMullen, that might be all. So McMullen 0 for 3 standing in. Stock gets the sign from, yes, it's still Suarez, gets the sign from Suarez from the stretch side. Pitch to McMullen, a 5-6, grounder to short, that's going to be 2. Campaneris to Green to Harrelson, and that retires the side. So 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. And it's 5-2. Stock pitches out of it. Casey Cox will come out for his 2nd inning of work. He is a 3 rated for endurance. Pretty balanced car. Looks a little better against righties. It will be Charles, Harrelson, and Hirschberger for Kansas City here in the bottom of the 8th. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me on a Friday evening. Well, I can remember when we were younger, nobody was home on Friday night, right? Go out and party. But here we are. Here's Charles now, 0 for 2 with a walk. Cox into the windup. Charles, 5-5 right-handed. Grounder to second base. Blasingame has it. Over to Nan, 1 away. And here's Hawk Harrelson now. Hawk 1 for 3 today. Right-handed hitter. Cox gets his sign. Here's the pitch. 5-4 right-hander. That's third base X. That'll be McMullen again. Quite a few X plays to third base today. 3E24. Here's the play on a 20. He'll make it. Throws him out. 2 down. 5-3X Harrelson down. And here's Hirschberger. Cox into the windup. Pitch to Hirschberger is a 6-6 right-handed. Fly ball into center field and playable for Valentine. And just like that, it's a 1-2-3 inning for Cox. As we go to the ninth, one change for Kansas City. They're going to flip-flop left and right field. Hirschberger will go to right with that -4 arm. And Chavaria will move over to left field. I'm puzzled as to why it wasn't that way in the first place. But again, I'm just using the lineups as they're written from Baseball Reference. But yeah, you want that -4 arm in right field, don't you? 5-2 is a save situation. And they're going to go to Aker. He's been ready. May as well use him. So Stock gets his debut in an inning he gave up 2 hits and a run. No walks and a K. And here comes Aker now. 5-2 as we go to the ninth. Aker on the replay hasn't fared too well. He's been in 7 games, 0-1. He does have 4 saves, but a rather high 6.75 ERA in 6 2/3 innings. And he'll be facing Howard, King, and Nen here in the ninth. So Kansas City puts their best out there. Aker in real life, get a load of this, if you don't already know. He had 32 saves that year and a 1.99 ERA. 32 saves in 1966. That's like 60 now. At least 50. Six to 2 Athletics. Here's Frank Howard to lead things off. Big Frank 1 for 3 today. Aker gets his sign. Here's the one. Pitch to Howard, 3-8 right-handed. He struck him out. So Aker comes in dealing right off the bat. Howard retired. 2 outs to go, and here's Jim King, the right fielder, 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch for Aker. It's a 2-11 high fly ball to deep right field. Backing up is Hirschberger at the track. Gone! Home run King. Oh my, and it is 5-3. And for King, that's his 4th home run of the season. He hasn't even played that much. Let's see, he now has 5 hits on the season, and 4 of them are home runs. How about that? That's crazy. So 5-3 now, 1 away, and here is Nen. Nen 0 for 1, he's walked twice. Aker staring in now, the windup. The pitch to Nen, a 2-9. It's a high fly ball, and that's not even level. That's going to be a re-roll on the 20. High fly ball to right field. It's off the wall for a double. A 1-out double for Nen. His first hit of the season. That's right. He came into the game 0 for 19. 0 for 1 today, although he walked twice. And Nen finally gets his first hit, and his teammates kiddingly congratulating him. And now the game's on the line here. 5-3. The tying run will come to the plate. Steady Eddie Brinkman. He's got a little pop. Don't let him fool you. End power against a righty. Nothing against a lefty, but Aker's a righty. He gets the sign and here's the pitch to Brinkman now on a 4-6. Triple to 9. Brinkman rips one down over the bag at third base. He's running. Bounces into center. Tartable picks it up. Here comes Nen to score. Brinkman into third with a triple, and all of a sudden we've got a ball game against closer Jack Aker. Who would have believed this? Oh my goodness. And now the fans getting very nervous here in Kansas City. It's 5-4, and the tying run is at third base with one away. And we'll have a pinch hitter for Cox. Holy crap. Exactly, Ben. And absolutely, Keith. You can see some of the pieces already. The double play combo, Catfish Hunter, Blue Moon Odom's on this team. Of course, Finley never wanted to pay anybody anything. Let's go to the bench now. Willie Kirkland hitting this game in real life. But the move for Washington is Bob Savarin, left-hand switch hitter. Long name to write in that little box, but there he is, batting for the pitcher. And Kansas City will have to pull the infield in now. The tying runs at third with one away. Savarin on the season. He's 3 for 10, no RBIs. Batting left against Aker. Aker staring in now. The windup, the pitch to Savarin is a 4-9 left-handed. Struck him out. Oh, that was huge. That was absolutely huge. Runner on third, one out. Aker fans Savarin. And now it's up to Casanova. I guess the question here is, do you hit for your catcher? We've got to try to get the best hitter we can up there. And that would be Don Locke. So we are going to hit for Casanova. And Don Locke will be the batter, normally the center fielder, with Valentine in right. Locke on the season hitting just 167. He has one home run. So it's all up to Locke. 5-4 Athletics. Ninth inning. 2 down. Runner at third is Eddie Brinkman. Don Locke at the plate. Aker, the windup. Here's the pitch on a 6-10. Grounder to short X. That's Campy. 3E23. Oh man, this is a big play. Here's the roll on the play on an 8E range, a 7 on a 23. Campy makes a spectacular play, and the ball game is over. Oh my goodness. Talk about excitement. So the Senators' rally falls short. 5-4 is the final. What a dramatic ending to that one. Oh my goodness. 2 really good games today. And Aker does just get the save. Oh my goodness. It wasn't pretty, but he got it done. That's his 5th save. Dobson with the win. He is 1-2. Rickert, the tough luck loser, again drops to 1-4. Aker in his inning of work, 3 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Rickert in his 6 2/3 innings, 7 hits, all 5 runs are earned. He walked 1, 2, and he struck out 1, 2, 4. Only 4 for Rickert. Cox in his inning and a third retired all 4 batters he faced. Nice job in relief by Cox. No walks, no Ks. Boy, you're not kidding, Ben. Aker, a tightrope. Aker pulled a Don Stanhouse there in the ninth, didn't he? Remember him? Old full pack Stanhouse, as Earl Weaver used to call him. So your totals on the game for the Athletics: 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For the Senators, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Dobson with the win, Rickert the loss, Aker with his 5th save. Player of the games, your chief Spokane Gary player of the game has to be Campy Campaneris. 2 for 4. He drove in 4 of the 5 runs, including a 3-run home run, which was the difference in the ball game. And that's it for me on a Friday. I want to thank you guys once again for hanging out with me. No game on Saturday. I'll be visiting family tomorrow. When we come back on Monday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to have the Boston Red Sox at the Minnesota Twins. The Twins are right in contention in the American League right now. Stigman versus Boswell. How in contention are they, you might ask? Well, let's answer that. They are in second place, only 1 game behind the Orioles. Indians 2 back. Red Sox only 3.5 back. Senators were 4, now dropped to 4.5 back. The Tigers were 4 back. Kansas City with the win, 4 back. So things bunched up very nicely in the American League. I heard that, Keith. Somebody mentioned that the other day on the channel. They're going to Sacramento until they figure out where they can get a ballpark built. The goal, I guess, still is Las Vegas, right? Although then I heard that the mayor was kind of against it. And of course, the Oakland fans would rather see a new ballpark built where they could still enjoy the team. Which they can in Sacramento, come to think of it. It's not that far. Anyway, I'm going to get going. It's past my dinner time, so thanks again for hanging out with me. Spokane Steve wishing you all a pleasant evening, and hey, have a great weekend, everybody. I'll catch you later.